Welcome to your weekly focus for March the 20th through to the 26th, 2017. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And before we begin, we get a card dropping out, and look at who it is. It's the High Priestess. So, this is a week to ground yourself in your intuition of where you want to go, the dreams you want to realize in your life, what is holding you back. When you are in meditation and prayer, in reflection, and you are asking, where do I truly want to move forward in my life? Where do I truly need to release in my life? You will get the answers. You will hear that intuition in your soul telling you which way to go, telling you the next step. Now, the thing with intuition is sometimes the first thing we hear is not what we wanted to hear. And so we start to argue with it. And then ego eventually steps in and tells us a way that we wanted to hear. And it will set us off on the path of illusion. So we have to be very grounded and have to be very open to what our intuition is telling us to do. It's through reflection. It's through prayer. It's through meditation. And this is when the door opens. It seems like a coincidence. It seems like, you're in the right place at the right time. It's like a spiritual miracle happens in your life, moves you in the way you want to move forward. So what an exciting card to have come out. We'll put him or her back in the deck. So, before I begin, thank you. Thank you truly for all of the support, all of the positive, loving energy you send my way each and every day. Thank you truly for that. Now, let's see what the energy is going to be for us. See if that High Priestess jumps back in again. Look at this, the Three of Cups. This is staying in the now this week. This is celebrating who we are, raising our vibration through laughter, through fun, through enjoyment. This is when these messages can come to us that want us to celebrate. Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is understanding the balance that is needed in our life. Okay, so we are going towards the new moon. We are going towards the spring equinox. We are going towards the new moon in Aries. And so we want to make sure that we are grounded in all areas of our life, that there is balance in our life, and we really need to look at where we have been putting our energy and where we need to put our energy. So if you are working towards that promotion at work, and so you are putting in extra time, if you do that consistently, your relationships start to fall apart. If you do that consistently, you're not sleeping as much as you should. You're not eating properly. Your health diminishes. So we need to be balanced in all areas of our life. Our spirituality, our health and well-being, our finances, our career, our relationships. The Page of Cups. This is where a mentor can show up in your life this week. This is where you can become the mentor in somebody else's life this week. This is looking towards tomorrow. Looking towards the path that you want to step into. This is tapping into your intuition, your higher wisdom. And we have the Empress, and the Empress crosses over the Two of Pentacles. So when we have the Empress and the Two of Pentacles, it says when we start to get our lives into balance, when we understand what is dissipating our energy and removing it from our life, and when we understand the new things that we want to step into, that's when the creative energy starts to flow. That's when the new beginnings start to happen. So we really have to look at the balance in our life. Maybe it's cleaning up the clutter in our life. Maybe it is not putting as much time or energy or resources into a certain area of our life and shifting the energy to another place of our life where we want growth, where we want new beginnings, where we want to set goals. Because with the Empress here, she says it's possible. But we have to bring in that balance, and we have to understand what that balance is, what it means. So this is really looking at our daily routines, understanding what is wearing us down, what is dissipating our energy, what are things that we have been leaning on that we don't need to lean on them anymore. Where can we stand more independently in our lives, in our goals that we set for ourselves. We have the Queen of Pentacles as the underwriting energy, so we will have a confidence this week. We'll have a confidence that we can create, that we can do, that we can become. Creativity is probably going to be very strong this week, where we can tap into the plan and masterminding the plan, understanding the steps we need to take, understanding where we need to put our energy in order to get the most value back. And our energy could be time, it could be resources, it could be our love. So understand where you are giving and if there's a balance in what comes back in return. We have the Strength card as our overriding card, and so this really calls upon us to have a faith, a belief. So what happens is we start imagining our future, we start imagining the path forward, and then that little voice inside of us says, we can't have that, we don't deserve that, we don't have what it takes, there's not enough money or not the right people around me in order to succeed in this way. What makes me think I can step into that reality? And we start to diminish our own energy. We start to pull away from what can be in our lives because we don't have the faith, we don't have the belief, we don't have the strength to endure the discipline that we need in order to go forward. So this is very much about having this strength, having this confidence, having this discipline about ourselves, knowing that we can have our desires, our dreams, our goals met. We have the Nine of Cups with the Six of Cups. This could actually be, old dreams that we've shoved away in dusty old boxes in our minds, in our heart, coming to life again. This could be a dream that we once had for ourselves and then we kind of gave up on it. We stopped praying for that miracle in our life, that new beginning, that new start, that relationship, that career, that stature within a community or within a group of people. And this is a time to bring it back alive. This is a time to honor your inner child, your soul, your heart, your goals, your dreams, your desires, your values, your abilities, your talents. This is to understand that it is possible to go forward. We're in such a strong energy, and I'm just loving these cards that are going for the week because as we move, next Monday is the new moon. So the spring equinox and the sun and moon both in Aries being our new moon and the start of new beginnings. I mean, we are in a 1 year, a one energy year. And when we are in a one energy year, it's so important what we do, what we strive for, what goals we set for ourselves, because we will see it evolve through the next 8 years of our life, 8.5, 9 years, until we reach the one energy again. So with these cards telling us to go with the flow, to experience the moment, to find happiness, to raise our vibration, to realize our confidence of our know-how, of what we already hold inside of us as tools to go forward, and to get creative about what tomorrow is going to bring us, and to tap into those dreams, those desires, those wants, those wishes. For work and career, we have Judgment. So isn't it funny that we pulled for work and career the 20 card, and we start off the week as a 20, which really magnifies the energy of this card, because this is using good judgment. This is understanding exactly what we want to step into or go forward in when it comes to our career, when it comes to our job, when it comes to our finances. This is a time when we can really lay down some solid plans by making the decisions, and decisions need to be made. But we can't do it in a lazy sort of fashion. We have to really give it our energy, our time, our thought, our reflection. This is not making a move really fast in any direction, but to think it through, to understand what the pros are, what the cons are in any decision we make going forward, and what we want to step into. And the decisions are strong then to take us forward, to take us to our goals, to take us to our dreams. For love and relationships, look at this, the Two of Cups. New beginnings, new partnerships, new close friendships, new alliances. Now, if you are already in a relationship, this is a time to breathe new life into it. Take it back to the first days of the relationship. Remember when your palms used to sweat, your heart used to race. You couldn't wait to hear from them again. You couldn't wait to see them again. You wish time would stop, just to be near them, just to be with them. Everything they did and said was wonderful, and everything you did and said, they made seem like it was the most wonderful thing about you. You could do no wrong, they could do no wrong. Because we are looking at the big picture at that point. We weren't getting caught up into the chaos and the fires of everyday living. And that wears you down, that dissipates that love energy. So this is a time to revive that love energy. If you're looking for a relationship, what a beautiful energy. This may be a love relationship or a close friendship forming. Or maybe you are, because we did have, did we not? The Six of Cups, which does talk about something coming from the past as well. So it might be a relationship that is reunited. A new strength added into it. A new beginning. A new start. For our spirituality, we have the Chariot. You know, with the Chariot, one is our focus. And where we put our focus is where we learn, where we grow, where we develop, where we attain. But there's so many things that pull us off our path, contradict one thing we hear one thing, and then it contradicts with something else that we hear. So we really have to make up our mind what our spirituality means to us. Is it through prayer? Is it through meditation? Is your spirituality reflected out into the world by being somebody who is prayerful or meditating? Is your spirituality by giving to others, by being the humanitarian in your neighborhood or your community or the world at large? Is it through using your gifts, your talents, and your abilities in some way in helping the world, helping your neighbor, helping you, your family, succeed in a new way? Maybe you are a wonderful cook. And so you put your energy into those perfect meals, to put smiles on people's faces, to make them feel like, wow. Maybe you are a gardener. Maybe you love your flower beds. and you put that energy into the flower bed. And then when people drive by your home, they see it. They see the symphony of colors, and they smile, and they see the beauty, and they come into the now for just a moment, and their vitality, their energy is raised because of you sharing your gift with the world. You may not think it's sharing your gift with the world. You may not realize that when you walk down the street and just smile at somebody, that could be the first smile they've had that week from anybody, or anybody even acknowledging them. Or maybe they were just having a really bad day and they needed that smile, that energy coming in. So how do you focus on your spirituality and bringing up the energy around you, within your world and outside of your world? For health and well-being, we have the Eight of Swords, and this is about perception. We are, as a human race, very mean to ourselves when it comes to our looks, when it comes to how we act, what we do in our routines that push us forward or pull us back in how we see our health and fitness to be. So one is, this perception that you're not perfect already. Once you realize that you are perfect, then it's an easy step, because now you can, when you're divine, when you are beautiful already, all of a sudden that little mole that you have that you try and hide all the time becomes that beauty mark. That couple of extra pounds that you carry around actually makes you you. And if you're not comfortable with it, now it's the time to understand not so much what to do, but how you've been looking at it, how you've been beating yourself up. Because the more you beat yourself up and you say, I'm overweight and this is horrible and I feel like a blob and people look at me and, I'm not attractive and who would want me, and, and you get all these kind of thoughts into your head. Okay, you need to change that perception. You need to understand that whether you have a couple of pounds on you or not, you're still the most beautiful person in the world, that you have so much to offer, that you have so much to give. If you have a bad habit, this is the time to change your perception of why you have that habit in your life and understand it. Why do I gamble? Why do I smoke? Why do I drink? Why do I take drugs? Why do I procrastinate and not push myself forward in some way? Why don't I start walking every day? Why don't I start going to the gym? Why don't I join that team of, maybe it's baseball, basketball, hockey, soccer? Maybe I need to start golfing. In what way have I been perceiving my life to be that I'm not allowing the influx of something wonderful coming into my life to step me in the right direction, to move me towards a goal or a dream, instead of beating myself up because I do that, or I say that, or I act like that. So it's changing your perception about who you are already. It's understanding the beauty of who you are so that you can strengthen yourself, so that you can add a confidence to yourself, so that you can show your flair. Stop hiding your abilities. Stop hiding your talents. I've got a Journey of Love card here. So I really got the change of perception, the Eight of Swords there. In some way you feel like you can't move forward, or you've been telling yourself that you can't move forward, And that's where you need to remain. And when we change our perception, when we understand that we're already somebody beautiful and that we need to actually step into those shoes so that we mirror the true reflection of who we are on the inside, it changes things. We think we're trapped here. Yeah, we're all in white, so it's a new path. We have swords all around us. But if we would lift up our head and we would look and gain a focus, we'd see there's no swords in front of us, that we could walk forward at any time. Maybe it's making the commitment with ourselves this week in some way that we are going to better ourselves in some way. Becoming 34. So 3 plus 4 is 7. And that could be a lot of introspect, looking within. Becoming. Take heed, my friend, for time is ticking fast. Illusion grand and hopes this dream will last. Such memories we keep for days to come, a looking glass that only shows what's done. It would be sad to think there's nothing more, a well-worn path reflecting what's in store. God's gift was not that days would be the same. Each dawn's first light would sing a fresh refrain of light and cloud to bathe the earth's surprise. With change afoot, to stop would be unwise. A palette rich awaits the artist's brush, creating life at one with God's soft touch. Yes, you are manifesting your divine purpose, yet what is happening now is just one of the many inspired brush strokes on the canvas of your life's work. You are the artist who paints with trust, instinctive and spontaneous, with faith in the process unfolding. You are not the painter using numbered squares, who has a finished vision even before commencing the task, with a map for all steps of the journey. Your lack of plan renders you open and receptive to divine direction. You are capable of being moved by spirit. You are a brave adventurer. So celebrate what you are creating now and realize that it is a step in your major work of divine art, this life of yours, not to be planned, but to be experienced, stroke after stroke, step after step. You shall witness the picture coming to life. It may not be what you expected, but it will be the most beautiful, extraordinary creation. This oracle brings you comfort that you are blossoming, and each petal unfolding is another step closer to your ultimate divine fulfillment. There is a message here, too, that a relationship or project that you have been keen to move forward will bloom in its own unique way. Give it breathing room, and it will be willing to let it become what it seeks to be, even without a clear direction or a plan. Sometimes even because of that, there is an inner plan that can come to fruition. So, you're blossoming. You're ready to grow. Go with the flow. Stay open to the adventure that awaits. Don't get stuck in where you perceive yourself to go. Don't be painting by the numbers, but it's rather stroke by stroke, step by step, that we move forward in a very beautiful way. Okay, so I mean, this is a week to, yes, feel that confidence. Feel like you've got this. Feel like you can go forward and get creative in your thoughts of what can become. Have a faith and belief in who you are already. And you'll never be called to something that you truly can't create. It's whether or not we give it the discipline, the focus, the energy in order to make it a reality. that we don't give up on ourselves. Remember, we are becoming. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you. A quick moment of your time. We are in some incredible energy. Okay, we are in 1 year energy. So what we do this year, the paths we start, the energy that we ask to come into our lives is going to make a difference for the continued next 8 years of our life. We are entering the spring equinox. The sun is now in Aries. We have the new moon in Aries in which to plant our seeds, our new seeds of development, of growth, of goals, of dreams, of desires. So for a very limited time, now until the end of March, I've got some wonderful specials going on for obtaining a personal reading through me. So if you want to take advantage of a personal reading, now's the time. www.tarotwithtilly.com. I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to exploring your new path with you. And I want just the very, very best going forward for you, because I do love you.